Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen are 4 contestants who will be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello and welcome to Perfection, the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, we'll find out which one of them has been randomly selected to join me here to play Perfection. They will then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said the world's longest golf course is over 800 miles long, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So you know how the game works? Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hi, I'm John. I'm from Kent. I'm a deck officer in the Merchant Navy, and this is my first game.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm from Stoke-on-Trent. I'm a customer service assistant, and this is my second game.
Hi, my name's Debbie. I'm from Essex. I'm a duty manager of a leisure centre, and this is my third game.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm from South East London. I'm a call centre manager, and this is my 7th game.
Best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play Perfection. Emily, it's you. Please come down and join me. Emily, nice to meet you and get to know a bit more about you. You're a student, or you were a student, you're in a gap year, which is...
Yeah, I'm going to be going to uni in Staffordshire.
To study?
Acting and theatre arts.
OK.
Yeah.
So you're going to be an actress?
Yes, hopefully. That's the plan.
OK, any particular type of genre on stage or television or...
Anything from West End to Hollywood wouldn't be fussy at all. So.
Really? If you had a dream role, what would it be?
It'd be, because I'm quite a happy person, I'd like to do something completely different and be like a villain in like a superhero film or something.
Oh, OK.
I'd love it.
All right. Well, look, best of luck. Talking of villains in front of you there, the usual suspects, they are very definitely now your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund because, of course, your failure means the prize fund rolls over, where one of them could be playing for a big amount on the next game. And every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news for you. Nobody's won the last 6 games, so the prize fund currently stands at £7,000. That's a nice amount of money.
It is, yeah.
Especially for a student, or about to be a student.
No, exactly.
All right, let's get started, shall we? Here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects here will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final that much harder for you. Usual suspects were about to switch you off so that you can't see or hear anything. And away they go. When they're like this, Emily, you can talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, all right?
Yeah.
Each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds. And once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. Ready to get started?
As I'll ever be.
Yeah, big deep breath. Here we go. Let's play Perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Victoria Beckham celebrated her 40th birthday in 2014.
I mean, she doesn't look that old, but I'm sure she's around that age. It was a big one, so I'll say true.
True. The penny farthing bike is named after the creator's wife.
It could be true.
True. The Wombles were created by Mary Norton.
Bit before my time. I'll say false.
False. And finally, a yabby is a type of freshwater crayfish.
I'm sure that's not the right word. I'll say false.
False. And with that, you've answered all 4 statements. How was that?
Most of them are guesses, but I'm sure yabby, it's like ringing a bell, but it's for the wrong reasons, like it's not the right kind of word.
All right, well, look, before we reveal how well you've done, time to bring back the usual suspects. Hello, folks. How you doing?
Good,
All right,
thanks.
good, thanks.
Feeling at all nervous, Ben? A 7th game?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
What do you make of these answers?
B's definitely wrong. I think the penny farthing is to do with the size of the wheel. It's the coin, like a penny and a farthing.
John?
B is wrong. I'm not too sure on C, but I think she's done pretty well apart from that.
OK. Emily, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Just 2 out of 4. It means you haven't achieved perfection. and the usual suspects have a chance to steal the round from you. So, can you find the two answers you need to change?
So we're agreed that B needs to be changed.
Change
Okay.
B.
Definitely.
Could we change B from true to false?
You can.
Please.
B changes from true to false. And one
Any other
more.
doubts?
I'm not sure about C. I would imagine that Emily got A right.
Yeah, I think A is right.
So I would probably say D.
D?
D,
Okay,
we all
all
right?
right with
Yeah,
that.
could we change D from false to true, please? Yeah.
D changes from false to true, leaving A and C as answered by Emily. All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Victoria Beckham celebrated her 40th birthday in 2014. Is that true or false? It is true, and I bet she's over the moon that we've announced it again on national TV. The penny farthing bike is named after the creator's wife. Is that true or false? Yes, of course, it's false, and for all the reasons you said, Ben, it's a size difference between the two wheels. The Wombles were created by Mary Norton. True or false? Yes, false. Created by Elizabeth Beresford. You still chose the right one to change, which means you know where this is going. A yabby is a type of freshwater crayfish. True or false? Yes, absolutely true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Well, that's a bit of a pain for you, Emily, because they've managed to succeed where you failed and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Emily's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final, and here's how. Appearing before you, Emily, is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options, starting with prisons and on to Elizabeth I, with many more in between. Now, if you'd have won the round, you'd be choosing 2 categories of your own to go into the final. However, because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they get to choose the first 2 to try and make life difficult for you. So, which 2 is it going to be?
Prisons, I suspect you
Prisons.
Yeah,
might
prison
not know
sounds
much
like...
about.
could be-
Okay, prisons. If we could have prisons in there, please.
Prisons goes across into the final.
Elizabeth III.
Yeah, about Malta.
Okay, yeah.
Well, is that right?
Yeah.
And Malta, please.
And Malta goes into the final. Well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. Time to switch you off, and we'll see you in round 2. So with the usual suspects gone, let's talk about those prisons.
I just know about Azkaban. No, Azkaban? That's not it. Alcatraz. That's the one. Alcatraz, that's the right one.
Yeah,
that's it.
so not a lot is what you're saying, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Malta.
I hate anything to do with geography. I hate it. I'm
Really?
terrible at it, so...
Okay, well, take a look at the ones on the left there. Which ones will you be choosing for your first 2 choices, given the chance?
Elizabeth. Hairstyles, maybe, and reality TV.
A couple that you really don't want from that list?
Roger Bannister, 'cause I've never heard of him, and motor racing.
Right. Well, the way to avoid those ones is achieve perfection and choose your own categories, yes?
Yeah.
All right, well, best of luck. Let's move on. Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. One Matter was named PFA Player of the Year in 2014.
No, because Suarez was, so that's false.
False. Bread is a main ingredient of a classic bruschetta.
True, so it's definitely true.
True. The Pentagon is 20 stories high.
I'm picturing it and I'm not sure that it's that tall, so I'll say false.
False. And finally, Mark Owen sings lead vocals on the Take That song, Shine.
Absolutely love that song, it's definitely true.
True. And with that, you've answered all 4. That sounded like a much more confident round.
A lot better. The only one I'm not too sure on is C.
Well, before we find out just how well you've done there, we'll bring back the usual suspects. Don't forget, they'll be able to hear you once they appear. Let's start with you, Debbie, this time. Has she achieved perfection?
I think she might have done. There's only one there that I'm questioning. A, I think, maybe.
John, what do you think?
I think she's done really well. I think C might be true, because I know the Pentagon goes underground, so I think that might be true.
Emily, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Emily. You have achieved perfection. It's always reassuring when you get a good round like that, isn't it? It sort of takes nerves away a bit.
That's all I wanted. I just wanted one perfect round. I'm fine.
Yeah, well, keep going, because you might end up with some cash to take home as well. So let's go through those in more detail, shall we? One Matter was named PFA Player of the Year in 2014. You said that was false, and it is false, and you were very definite about who was.
Luis Suarez was.
And why are you the big... You're a little-
Liverpool fan, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, moving on. Bread is a main ingredient of a classic bruschetta. You said that was true, and of course it is true. The Pentagon is 20 stories high. You pictured it in your mind and said that was false too many, and you're absolutely right. It is false. It's 5 stories above ground and 2 stories below ground. John was right, there are stories below, but only 2. Of course, They say there are only two. I mean, who knows what's going on underneath. Mark Owen sings lead vocals on the Take That song, Shine. You said it was true, and it is, of course, true. So as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning that prize fund of £7,000 that a little bit easier. Let's have a look at your final board, shall we? 2 categories chosen for you by the usual suspects so far, but now because you won that round, you get to choose the next 2.
I'm going to go for reality TV.
Right,
please.
reality TV goes in.
And Elizabeth I.
And Elizabeth I goes into the final. Very well played. Well, usual suspect. She played well there, didn't she? We'll see you in round 3 and see how you get on then. Well done. You can relax now that you've had a perfect round. Ready to play on?
Yes.
Good. Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds start now. Azerbaijan has a coastline on the Caspian Sea.
I've absolutely no idea. I'll guess false.
False. Lourdes is the daughter of Madonna and Sean Penn.
I don't know if it sounds wacky enough for her to call her that, so I'll say false.
False. The pasta is part of a horse's foot.
I have a friend who's a farrier and he used to talk about it a lot. And he hasn't mentioned it, I'll say false.
False. And finally, and you need to hurry with the answer, the goal attack can go anywhere on a netball court.
Definitely false.
False. And with that, you've answered all 4 statements. The last one, you were very certain about goal attack.
Yeah, goal attack are only allowed in the half that they're shooting.
OK. Before we reveal how well you've done, time to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Emily's answers. John, kick us off this time.
I'm fairly certain that A is actually true.
Yeah, OK. Debbie.
I think B's wrong. I think Lourdes is the daughter of Madonna and Sean Penn back in the 80s. I think that one's true.
OK. Emily, the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Three out of 4 is not bad, not quite perfection. And as a result, there is a chink of light for the usual suspects. You need to identify the one answer that you think should be changed.
I don't think B is wrong. I think we need to change A. Is that all right?
Yeah?
Could we change A to true, please?
A changes from false to true, leaving B, C and D as answered by Emily. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Azerbaijan is a coastline on the Caspian Sea. Is that true or false? It's true. Very well done. So you know what's happening now for the rest of the round, don't you? Lourdes is the daughter of Madonna and Sean Penn. True or false? False. Yet Lourdes is the daughter of Madonna, but not with Sean Penn, with Carlos Leon. The pasta is part of a horse's foot. True or false? Yes, of course it is false. Pastern is part of a horse's leg. A pastor is somebody who works at a church. The goal attack can go anywhere on a netball court. True or false? It's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. And as you said, the goal attack is not allowed in the defensive third. So, Emily, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've nicked the round off you. And you now have the opportunity, usual suspects, to make Emily's chances of winning the prize fund that little bit harder. Let's see the final board. It's an even Steven board at the moment with 2 categories chosen each so far. But because you won that round, usual suspects, you get to choose the last 2 to try and trip Emily up in the final.
Big frogs? Do you think she know much about big frogs?
Possibly not. She doesn't look like she'd know an awful lot about big frogs.
Doesn't seem the type, does she?
Let's plump for big frogs. We'll have big frogs, please.
Big frogs.
I think possibly maybe motor racing.
Yeah.
Motor racing, please.
Motor racing goes into the final. We now know our 6 final categories. They are prisons, Malta, reality TV, Elizabeth I, big frogs, and motor racing. OK, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. Big frogs.
It could be anything, though, couldn't it? So
Well, as long as it's a big frog, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not too worried about
Motor
it.
racing you didn't fancy, though, and
No.
they've zoomed in on that. All right, Emily, it's not out of the question, though, is it?
No,
win
I'm not
this.
ruling myself out.
Exactly right. £7,000 to play for. Time to play the final. Emily, this is the all-important final. If you achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £7,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £8,000 on the next game. So, let's play the final round. Emily, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £7,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Prisons. Spandau Prison is in Paris.
I've never heard of it. Just making me think Spandau Ballet. Just made me think it's added that in there. I'm just gonna go with my gut and say false.
False. Malta. Gonzo is a Maltese island.
Again, I have absolutely no idea. Gonza. It's like I've heard that before. So I don't know if it's trying to trick me. So I'm gonna say false.
False. Reality TV. Stacey Solomon won the X Factor in 2009.
I think that's false because I think she came third.
False. Elizabeth I. Isaac Newton was astronomer royal to Elizabeth I.
I don't know because I studied Elizabeth I at school and I feel like I would have read that somewhere if he was. So I'm going to say false.
False. Big frogs. The Goliath frog is native to West Africa.
I don't know. I'm trying to think back to all the David Attenborough shows that I've watched. I mean, it's not completely out of the question. It could be. I'll say true.
True. And finally, motor racing. Jenson Button was Formula One champion before Lewis Hamilton.
At least I've heard of them both. I feel like Lewis Hamilton's been around longer, so it's more likely that he was first. So I'll say false.
False. And with that, you've answered all 6 statements. Remember, if there's a single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you worried about?
All of them. But apart from C, I know C is definitely false. Maybe D, but everything else.
C and D, maybe. OK, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Emily's answers. Emily, your answers are now locked in, and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you may have made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. So, Emily, who would you like to hear from first?
Ben, please.
I'm pretty sure there's definitely one wrong, and I would actually quite like to come down for half of the prize money.
So Ben thinks you've got one wrong, and he'd like £3,500 of your £7,000 prize fund to come and help.
Let me think about it, Ben. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Debbie, what are you thinking?
I think there's definitely one wrong. There's possibly 2, but I think you've done all right. But I think I'm going to leave it to you. Good luck.
Thank you. What about you, John? What are you thinking?
Right, OK, you've definitely got one wrong as well. There's a couple you've got right, and I'm not sure on the rest. So I'm not willing to come down, sorry.
So John's ruled himself out. So Ben thinks that you might have one wrong and wants half your £7,000 to come down and join in. You have to decide now whether you want to negotiate more with him, whether you want to accept his offer, whether you believe he's bluffing, and you could do this all on your own. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, come on down, Ben. Let's sort it out.
OK, for £3,500 of the £7,000, Ben, please come down and join us. Emily, you've asked Ben for help. As you achieve perfection, it will cost you £3,500 of your potential prize fund of £7,000. Ben, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. Have you made the right decision? Well, I know you've made the right decision. You were on your 7th game.
It was getting a little bit hairy.
Yes.
Sure.
Emily, if you don't mind me saying, if you're going to go become an actress, which is what the plan is, you're going to need an agent. Because, seriously, he's on his 7th game and you gave him away half the money without even negotiating.
Yeah.
You would have come down for £100 at this stage.
Yeah, a bit of a trusting person. Maybe I should tone it down a bit.
Yeah, so let's talk through it, shall we, Ben? All of those are now open. What would you like to change?
OK, I'm pretty sure that Stacey Solomon did win the X Factor in 2009.
Did she?
I think that one should be changed to true.
OK.
Spandau, what were your thoughts on Spandau?
All I thought was Spandau Ballet.
Yeah, so did I.
That's what I thought. It doesn't really sound French either, does it?
No.
Spandau.
With the last one,
I was clueless. I just thought.
I think true for that one, actually.
Do you?
I mean, I put my hands up. I'm no sporting.
No, me either. So.
I reckon change C to true
Yeah.
and F to true.
Right. Okay. Well, I was just taking a punt at F. So if you want to change, that's fine.
Well, Emily, remember, it is still your decision. You don't have to listen to Ben. The board is unlocked. You can change any or all of your answers, but it is your board, so it's entirely down to you whether you want to change or not.
Yes. We'll change C from false to true, please.
C changes from false to true.
And F from false to true as well, please.
And F from false to true. Locking all the rest in?
Are we happy?
Right, yeah,
Just do it.
do it, get
Yeah,
everything
just lock
with,
it
yeah.
in, please, Nick.
Lock them all in. OK, all the rest of the answers remain as answered by Emily. Your answers are now locked in. £7,000 at stake, £3,500 to Emily, £3,500 to Ben. 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Right, well, let's kick off at the top. And you look really nervous, Emily.
Terrified.
I mean, what is it you're terrified about?
Getting them all wrong.
Is that really? You thought
Yeah.
you're really worried that you got them all wrong? All right, let's start at the top. Spandau Prison is in Paris. Now, you said it didn't sound French, so you said it's false. So we need this to turn red to get you off to a good start. Is it true or false? It is false. Very well done. And you're absolutely right. It isn't in Paris. It doesn't sound French because it was in Berlin prior to its demolition. It's not there anymore, but before it was demolished, it was in Berlin. Gonzo is a Maltese island. You said this was false, so we need this to turn red as well. Is it true or false? It is false. Gozo is, in fact, a Maltese island. Now, obviously, the next one, the Stacey Solomon one, is one that you've changed. So I think we can probably skip over that and come back to that. Isaac Newton was Astronomer Royal to Elizabeth I, a category that you wanted. You said false. Is it true or false? It is false. Very well done. Elizabeth died in 1603. Isaac wasn't born till years later. The Goliath frog is native to West Africa. Now, you thought this was true, or you thought about it and thought there's no reason why it shouldn't be true. So we're hoping that's true and that this turns green and it puts you just 2 away from the £7,000, the £3,500 each. The Goliath frog is native to West Africa. Is it true or false? It's true. It is the largest frog in the world. That's why it's called the Goliath frog. So we find ourselves at a very interesting point, don't we? 4 correct answers, given that, Emily, you said that you were worried that, about getting a lot wrong. And yet here we are with 4 correct answers all on your own. Now we come down to the ones that Ben came down to help you out with.
So sorry.
So go back to Stacey Solomon won the X Factor in 2009. Now, when you said false, you said you thought she came 3rd. Ben, however, was convinced that he remembers her winning the X Factor in 2009. So you changed it to true. If Ben is right and it turns green, you are 1 away from the £7,000. If he's wrong, he may well have actually just changed you away for a winning board and cost you £3,500. In fact, by coming down, cost you £7,000. So Stacey Solomon won the X Factor in 2009. You eventually said true. We need this to turn green to keep you on track for the money. Is it true or false? It's false.
So sorry.
It's fine, honestly.
She came 3rd, as you said. You all right about all this? You're
No,
having a
it's
bit of
fine.
You know.
He's feeling worse than me right now, bless him.
mortified. Oh, well, look, there's one more chance here because there is another one that you changed here, and maybe Emily would have got that wrong on her own anyway. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, so let's have a look at that one, shall we? Jenson Button was Formula 1 champion before Lewis Hamilton. Emily, you thought about this and thought that Lewis had been around a lot longer, so probably it was the other way around and you went for false. Ben thought this was wrong and got you to change it to true. Jenson Button was Formula 1 champion before Lewis Hamilton. Is it true or false? It's false.
No, that's fine. I would have got perfection. I'm all right with that.
2008 for Lewis Hamilton, 2009 for Jenson Button. Well, the audience that currently at home will be looking down that left line, Emily. You were worried that you would make a fool of yourself here. In actual fact, what you managed to do was achieve perfection, and if you'd have chosen to go on your own, you'd be walking out of here with £7,000.
I wasn't brave enough to have gone on my own, so either way, whatever Ben would have offered, I would have asked him to come down.
You're taking this very well, and I have to say, Ben's mortified. I mean, to be fair,
That wouldn't be an understatement, no. Yeah.
it means, I'm afraid, that you won't be walking away with the £3,500 each, or the £7,000 to yourself, Emily. But, usual suspects, great news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £8,000. Look, Ben, you've been a great player all the way through. We've loved having you. Don't be too hard on yourself. Emily's taking it really well, and that's the main thing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it, please, for Ben and Emily. Right, time to meet our next usual suspects, hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspects, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Christine. I live in West Sussex and I'm retired.
Hi, I'm Barry from Harden in North Wales. I'm a retired research scientist.
Best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play perfection. Barry, it's you. Please come down and join me. Barry, welcome to the game.
Thank you.
Straight in and straight down.
Straight down,
Obviously,
no chance to settle the nerves.
No chance at all, I'm afraid. It's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. They're now your enemies. Here's the good news. Nobody has won the last 7 games. Well, I say good news. Terrible news in the last game. Did you... Extraordinary.
I absolutely feel for people that are, you know, so close to winning and then
Yeah,
just...
well, there you go. Emily had achieved perfection and then
I
had it
know,
taken
and
away
lovely
from her.
Emily.
Got to be confident as you go through. But nobody has won the last 7 games, and the prize fund currently stands at £8,000. All right, listen, 3 rounds and a final to come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything, but as soon as Barry makes a mistake, you'll be back in the game. Barry, when they're like this, you can talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Then let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. The famous designer Louis Tiffany was American.
I believe he was actually American.
So I need true or false?
True.
Thank you. True. Alicia Dixon was a contestant on Blockbusters in 1995.
Oh, a complete guess. 1995. True.
True. Keep an eye on the time. The island of Lundy is off the coast of Devon.
It is, yes. True.
True. And finally, someone born on May the 1st is a Taurus.
True.
True.
All true.
I was wondering whether I was going to have to hurry you along there, but I also didn't want to interrupt your thought process. You used the time to have a little think about that and came up with true. So how was that as a round?
Iffy.
Iffy.
You know, yes. A couple okay and a couple not too good.
Like the curate's egg, good
Yes,
and bad in
like the
parts.
good and bad in parts.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, time to bring back the usual suspects. Don't forget they'll be able to hear you. Right, so here are the statements, and next to them are the answers. Debbie, what do you make of those?
Barry's done well. He's not achieved perfection. B is definitely wrong. Alicia Dixon was a contestant on Strictly Come Dancing. 1995, nearly 20 years ago. She's too young, so that's definitely false.
John, what do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree with Debbie there. B is wrong. I think she'd be too young in 95.
OK, well, let's find out. It's the moment of truth. Barry, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Well, it's 3 out of 4, which is not perfection.
No.
Unfortunately, that means the usual suspects have a chance to steal the round from you if they can identify which answer they need to change. So you need to have a chat, usual suspects.
Are you both happy with B?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
C is definitely true.
Right.
And
I think,
A,
say, 19 years ago, Alicia Dixon
Yeah,
would
it
be
should be
too
far
young.
too young.
far too young.
Yeah.
OK, Nick, we would like to change B from true to false, please.
B from true to false,
Yep.
leaving A, C and D as answered by Barry. This is on the basis of the year she was born, presumably.
Yeah.
All right, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. The famous designer Louis Tiffany was American. True or false? Yes, absolutely true, as you said, Barry. Alicia Dixon was a contestant on Blockbusters in 1995. This is the crucial one, isn't it? Is that true or false? It is false, yes. Very well done, usual suspects. Simply isn't true. She never appeared on Blockbusters. The island of Lundy is off the coast of Devon. Is that true or false? It's true. And someone born on May the 1st is a Taurus. True or false? It's true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Oh dear, Barry, they managed to succeed where you failed, and as a result, they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Barry's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final, and here's how. Barry, this is your final board appearing. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options, starting with you two, running through body parts, Europe, and onto books, with many more in between. Now, because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they get to choose the 2 categories, hoping to make the final harder for you. So, need to have a chat and decide which 2 you want Barry to play.
Nicole Kidman, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think he would. You happy with that?
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, we'd like Nicole Kidman, please.
Nicole Kidman goes into the final, and
Yeah.
one more.
Do you think he'll know much about you
You
too?
too. I'd go for
Possibly
you
not,
too.
yeah.
OK, Nick, we'd also like U2, please.
U2 goes into the final. Well done, Usual Suspects. You won the first round. Time to switch you off, but we will see you in round 2. Right, they've gone, so we can have a chat now. They think you know nothing about Nicole Kidman.
I don't know much about Nicole
So they're
Kidman
right.
at all. They're
Yeah.
right.
And you too, are you a big fan of U2?
No, well, yeah, I used to listen to them, but in general, I've lost touch with bands.
Given the chance to choose, which will be your first 2 choices?
Body Parts and Large Rodent.
And the 2 that you'd really not like to have chosen for you?
Probably Oscars and unusually books, because it's such a wide topic.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Barry, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds to achieve perfection and choose your own categories. You ready to play on?
I am.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. In 2014, the price of a first-class stamp rose to 92 pence.
No, I think that's false.
False. Billy Connolly has a tattoo of a banjo on his left hand.
I think he has a tattoo. Whether it's a banjo, I've not seen him strumming it, but I will say true.
True. In 1991, Alan Sugar became chairman of Arsenal. And you need to keep an eye on the time.
True.
True. And finally, the 1666 fire of London started in Pudding Lane.
Definitely true.
True. And in the end, you had a little spare. I hope you don't mind me chivying you
of
along
course
there.
not.
I was worried
I
that
was
you
glad you were. I was not really watching the bar very closely.
That's my job to help you out as we
Yes,
go
yes.
along. So, a better round? I mean,
Yes,
the first
I
round was
think-
pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I first-class stamp. As for Billy Connolly, I don't know what he's got on his hand. I think he has got a tattoo.
Well, we'll find out in a moment.
will.
So before we reveal exactly how well you've done, time to bring back those Usual Suspects again. So these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Barry's answers. John, how's Barry done?
Yeah, C's wrong. Alan Sugar became chairman of Tottenham, but the other ones, I think he's done pretty well.
Christine, can you shed any light on these answers?
I think C is wrong, and I think A is wrong.
OK, thanks for that. Barry, the moment of truth, let's find out how many are correct. 3 out of 4.
3 again.
Consistent, Barry.
Yes, consistently
Or in
wrong.
darts, we'd say good grouping.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's not good enough to keep the Usual Suspects out of the game. Once again, you're in with a chance to steal the round if you can identify the one wrong answer.
Are you both
C.
happy with
Yeah,
C?
definitely.
Yeah, we'd like to
Yes.
change C, please, Nick, from true to false.
I thought you might. C changes from true to false, leaving A, B and D as answered by Barry. Usual Suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. In 2014, the price of a first-class stamp rose to 92p. Is that true or false? Yes, it is false. Anybody know what it is now?
That's 64.
64, something like that.
62p it went up to. For a letter weighing 100 grams, obviously. Billy Connolly has a tattoo of a banjo on his left hand. True or false? Yes, true. In 1991, Alan Sugar became chairman of Arsenal. True or false? False, yes, for exactly the reasons John said. Former chairman of Tottenham Hotspur, not Arsenal. And the 1666 fire of London started in Pudding Lane. True or false? Absolutely true. Congratulations, Usual Suspects. You have achieved perfection again. Well, as a result of that perfect round, they've succeeded where you failed. They've stolen the round. Usual Suspects, you get to add some pain to Barry here. Let's have a look at the final board. You get to choose 2 more categories because you won that round. So which 2 would you like him to play in the final?
Possibly Greece, maybe?
Greece, I think Greece would
Happy
be a
with
good
that?
subject.
Yeah, well,
yes.
OK, we'd like to go Greece, please.
Greece goes into the final on 1 more.
What else?
Oscars, books, I think he'd be well up on
Yeah,
books,
definitely.
I'm afraid.
Oscars, please.
Oscars makes it into the final. Usual Suspects, very well done. You've won that second round. You're making life very difficult for him. We'll see you in round 3. Greece.
If it's to do with Grease the Musical, there's a chance. Oscars, I don't really follow the Oscars.
Yeah, no, you identified that as one of the ones you didn't
Yes.
want. All right, well, look, there's one more chance for you to achieve perfection and choose 2 categories for yourself in the final, and that's definitely the way to go. Ready to play on? 3 out of 4 both times.
Yes.
You're so close.
Yes.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Hogmanay is celebrated on New Year's Eve.
It is, certainly.
So that's
True.
true. Schindler's List is based on a book by Ian Banks.
I've seen the film, but I don't think it was Ian Banks. False.
False. In Cockney slang, the neck is referred to as a Gregory.
I can't think of what The connection is between Neck and Gregory, so I'm going to say false to that.
False. And finally, Sarah Millican was born in South Shields.
True.
True. And with that, you've answered all 4 statements. How was that? In with a chance?
In with a chance, 50-50.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, let's have a chat with the usual suspects again. So these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Barry's answers. Christine, has he achieved perfection?
I don't think so. I think B might be wrong.
You think B might be wrong?
Yes.
All right then. Debbie?
No, definitely not. C, Gregory Peck is your neck, so that's true.
Interesting.
I'm trying to get the connection.
Well, let's see. A moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Well, you're consistent. I'll give you that, Barry.
Consistently wrong,
3 out of 4 again.
Yes.
Now, don't despair, because they won't necessarily work out which one to change here. Usual suspects.
They might.
Yeah, I think so. It's not going to take very long, is it? Go on, have a chat.
Yeah, I think we'd like to change C, please, from false to true.
Yeah.
C changes from false to true, leaving A, B, and D as answered by Barry. OK, usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Hogmanay is celebrated on New Year's Eve. True or false? Absolutely true. Of course it is, especially in Scotland. Schindler's List is based on a book by Ian Banks. True or false? False. It's actually based on a book by Thomas Keneally. In Cockney slang, the neck is referred to as a Gregory. True or false? Yes, it is absolutely true. Of course, it is Gregory Peck. Get it down your neck. Sarah Millican was born in South Shields. True or false? True. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Barry, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity, well, to complete Barry's pain, to be honest. Let's have a look at the final board. 4 subject categories already chosen by the usual suspects, and because you won the last round, you get to complete the board with your choice of categories.
What about athletics?
Yeah, I reckon athletics, yeah.
Okay.
OK, first one, Nick, please. Athletics.
Athletics?
Yes.
What about Gibraltar, maybe? Probably a bit out there.
You happy with that, Christine?
Yes. Yeah.
OK, and Gibraltar, please.
And Gibraltar goes into the final. We now know our 6 final categories. They are Nicole Kidman, U2, Greece, Oscars, Athletics, and Gibraltar. OK, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. Very well played. See you in a while. Right, what do you think of it then? 6 categories chosen for you by the usual suspects.
The last 2 are the best of the lot.
All right.
Yes, yes.
That's
Now,
handy.
I'm not saying they're perfect, but I stand a chance with the last 2.
Yes, better than a poke in the eye with a burn
Yes,
stick.
yes.
All right, Barry, for £8,000, it's time for you to play the final. Barry, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £8,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £9,000 on the next game. Let's play the final round. Barry, here are your final 6 categories. Now, you must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £8,000. Think carefully, there's no time limit.
Right.
But once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. Ready and raring to go?
Raring to go.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Nicole Kidman. In 1988, Nicole Kidman appeared in Neighbours.
No idea. I would say that was false.
False. U2. Desire is a song from the album The Joshua Tree.
I think it was true.
True. Greece. Beauty School Dropout is a song from Greece.
I remember watching Grease several times because my daughter enjoyed the film when she was young, which means it's a number of years ago, but I think that is true.
True. Oscars. Roberto Benigni won a Best Actor Oscar for Life is Beautiful.
Complete toss-up, I will say true.
True. Athletics. Denise Lewis won an Olympic medal in 2000.
That's quite a long time ago. I think that is false.
False. And finally, Gibraltar. Britain captured Gibraltar in the 18th century.
17-something. I think it was slightly earlier than that, so I'm going to say false.
False. And with that, you've answered all 6 statements. If you have a single mistake, you leave with nothing. So which ones are you worried about?
The 18th century Gibraltar and the Oscar for Benini.
Benini,
yes.
Okay. Before we tell you exactly how well you've done, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. You can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Barry's answers. Barry, your answers are now locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you may have made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost.
Understood.
Barry, who would you like to hear from first?
Christine, please.
I think you might have a couple wrong. As for the others, I am not sure about, so I will count myself out of this.
Okay, you've ruled yourself completely out.
Yes.
John, please.
Yeah, Barry, you've definitely got 1 wrong, possibly 2, and the rest, to be honest, I'm not sure about at all. So I'm going to rule myself out as well.
OK, John, thank you very much. Of course, £8,000 you need to play with here as well.
It's a lot. Now, the lovely Debbie, come on.
I think you've got 1 wrong, and there's a possible 1 I'm really not sure about. I'm going to rule myself
Come
out.
on,
I'm
Debbie,
afraid.
you'd be great company down here.
No, I'm sorry, you're on your own. Good luck.
That's life.
That's life indeed. All right, well, none of the usual suspects are willing to help out. Who knows? You might have done this on your own. You might be sailing off into the sunset here with £8,000 all to yourself.
Yeah.
It is £8,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Let's start at the top then. So, in 1988, Nicole Kidman appeared in Neighbours. You said this was false. Of course, she is Australian, famously. Let's find out. Is it true or false? Yes, it is false. Absolutely right. She's never appeared in Neighbours, but she is an Australian actress.
Yeah.
Moving on, Desire is a song from the album The Joshua Tree. You thought that may well be true. You said true. We need this to turn green. If it does, you are 2 for 2. Desire is a song from the album The Joshua Tree. Is it true or false? It's false, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, Barry, it means that you can't achieve perfection and you won't be taking the cash home. It's actually from the album
I'd
Rattle
heard
and
them
Hum.
singing it, yes, but I wasn't sure of the album. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Rattle and Hum was the album you were looking for.
Yes.
But I wonder whether you can still achieve perfection at home. Let's go through the rest anyway, and also to see how well you've done, Barry. Beauty School Dropout is a song from Greece. You said you thought this was true. You remember your daughter
Yeah. Yes.
enjoying this and,
Yes.
and listening in, so you said it was true. Is it true or false? That is true. Very well done. Roberto Benigni won a Best Actor Oscar for Life is Beautiful. You said this was true. We'd like it to turn green for you. Is it true or false? It is true. Again, 3 out of 4. That's not bad, is
I'm
it?
halfway there.
Yeah. Denise Lewis won an Olympic medal in 2000. You said false. Is it true or false?
That's true.
True in actual fact,
I
yes.
thought it was too early. Yes.
She won gold in Sydney.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. And finally, Britain captured Gibraltar in the 18th century. Now, you thought this might be earlier, maybe in the 1600s.
Yes, yes. I
So you
thought
said false. Is it true or false?
That's true.
I'm afraid, yes.
50-50 board.
Yeah, 50-50 board in the end, which is, 3 right, 3 wrong, which, given the fact that all 6 categories were chosen for you by the usual suspects,
Yes.
there's nothing to be upset about.
Yeah.
I think you did very well there. Great news for you, usual suspects. The prize money rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £9,000. Do you know what? It's been great having you. It's been really lovely to meet you. But let's hear it for Barry, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us again next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again. This time for £9,000. Quite a sum, isn't it? And we will pay for perfection, but once you've got it, you have to stick with it, which is not what happened in the first game, was it? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.